I am a huge fan of music. Just like film, I love music as much as I love film. And the same thing goes for how I love film and how I love music. It's all over the map. From the highest heaven to the lowest hell. I enjoy all kinds of music. Except for country and maybe the latest boy band that's just going to be forgot about and made fun of in the next few years. But my favorite kind of music is movie soundtracks. Whether a film composer has composed original music for the film or bands and music from the past have been incorporated into the film. And I'm not talking about those inspired soundtracks, inspired. Those are stupid. Those are dumb. I hate them. I love those. I love to collect soundtracks, and I have over 400 soundtracks in my collection. So I thought I'd start now to do a CD soundtrack update. Thank you. Yesterday, I went to see Zero Dark 30, and I went to Amoeba Records, and here's my bag, and I picked up 5 soundtracks for under $15. So here's the first update, my CD soundtrack update. Here we go. I picked up 4 CDs for $2 each. The first one would be Lethal Weapon 2. This movie was directed by Richard Donner, and the music is composed by 3 individuals, 2 that I recognize, Michael Kamen and Eric Clapton. And I picked this up because it was $2, and there's some really great music. I know this is the sequel. I don't own the actual first movie soundtrack, but I wanted to pick this up because I know it would incorporate some of the great soundtrack from this franchise. So here's the cover. There's the cover. And let me show you the back. There's tracks, there's some artists as well as, music created by the film composers. And let's open it up to show the disc. There's the disc right there. You can see that. And it's kind of a, plain kind of disc, kind of cool with the cool logo. I believe this movie was from 1989. And of course, a nice cool sleeve right here full of liner notes and stuff like that. Whoa, I just broke it! That sucks. I'll just have to get a new one, a plastic one of these. In the 90s, there was a film called Nuns on the Run. Yes, there was a soundtrack, and it was a pretty cool one. Got this one also for $2. This was a PG-13 movie that I saw in 1990, and what I remember most about this movie is that it had female full frontal nudity for a very long time in a women's shower. But it does have a lot of great humor by Robert Carlyle. I think that's what his name. Gosh, I hope that's what his name is. Robert Carlyle or Robert Carradine or, and Eric Idle. This is a very funny movie that I do own on DVD. I'm looking forward to listening to the soundtrack because there was some really just quirky, strange music in the film. So here's the front. There's the back. And here is the disc art. There's some weird, strange disc art on this one. Look at that. I'm very excited to listen to the soundtrack. One of my favorite films of 1995 was a family-friendly film that was nominated for Best Picture and also won for Best Visual Effects. And that would be the film called Babe. Got this for $2. $2 freaking dollars. I'm excited to listen to this movie music as well. I haven't heard this in a while. I enjoyed the movie, and I do remember I love even the singing mice that some people might find annoying. I didn't. So here's the front of Babe. Oh, there's the back. Oh, so much light going on here. I'm sorry. So you can see that there's all kinds of music and some pictures right here. Let's open it up. Some plain design on the CD right there. That looks pretty cool. $2, you can't beat it for a really great soundtrack, I tell you. The final movie that I got for $2 at Amoeba would be The Crying Game, 1992's Neil Jordan film. I think this movie is the best film from 1992, and I think it should have won Best Picture instead of Unforgiven. I picked this up. I don't really remember what was on the soundtrack other than the Boy George song, so this might be really interesting to listen to as well. So here's the front. There's the back, the list of music and some pictures as well. Let's open it up. There's some cool, nothing special, but again, I'm glad I got it for $2. Can't beat that. Final soundtrack that I got at Amoeba Records was for $8, and it said it was an out-of-print CD. And I had to pick it up. I know it's maybe not the one I actually really wanted, but I enjoyed this film too. It actually means a lot to me because I felt like this movie and the second film, of course, The Wrath of Khan, The Wrath of Khan, in my opinion, is the best Star Trek movie ever made. But I know that James Horner wrote the score for that film, and he wrote the score for this film. So I picked this up knowing that I would hear about the same score for both films. Because I love what James Horner contributed to the Star Trek universe. When I hear his score, I think of Star Trek. also when I hear Jerry Goldsmith. I think what he did and Jerry Goldsmith did for the Star Trek universe, and of course Michael, the new guy, I'm not going to try and say his name right now, what he's contributing as a music form is pretty incredible. So I had to pick this up. It was $8, and I'm listening to it already, and it's great. So here's the front. There's the back. It's actually a pretty long soundtrack, which is pretty cool. There's actually, I think, 9 tracks, and it's awesome. I love this film. I did grow up watching 2 and 3 a lot on video. And let's open it up. Nothing special on the DVD that much. I mean, on the CD, I mean. So there's a CD, there's some cool package, you know, some pictures and stuff like that. So there you go. But before I go, and this video is very long, it's going to take a while to edit, I did pick up a soundtrack 2 days earlier for $10 at Target. And I've been wanting to get this because I wanted to complete my trilogy soundtrack of The Dark Knight and Batman Begins and The Dark Knight Rises. So I picked up The Dark Knight Rises, the soundtrack to that film done by Hans Zimmer. It's just an amazing soundtrack. I don't think it's as good as The Dark Knight, but it's still an amazing soundtrack to an amazing trilogy, to an amazing film. And I'm glad I was able to complete my collection of soundtracks. So here's the front. There's the back. Pretty cool. Open it up, and there actually is a really cool, there's the CD, and there's Bane on the other side, and if you take the CD off, you get to see the bat sign toppling buildings. Pretty damn cool. So there you go, there's my first ever CD soundtrack update. Thank you again for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I'm also on Twitter and Facebook. Please go to WeLoveFilm.com and subscribe right here on YouTube to We Love Film, and also go to WhoYouTube.com. Bye!